Your mouth is the exhaust pipe of your mind. If the engine inside is cracked, neglected, corroded by weakness, the smoke will always reveal it. So let me ask you something uncomfortable. When you speak, does your language reveal discipline and clarity, or insecurity and mediocrity? Most men never examine their words. They speak automatically, react impulsively, repeat phrases they've absorbed from weaker mind around them. And over time, those phrases become beliefs. Those beliefs become habits. Those habits become character. We already exposed the obvious lies that weaken a man, but the roots go deeper. There are 7 more phrases, subtle, socially accepted, repeated casually, that quietly sabotage strength. They don't sound dramatic. They don't sound destructive. Yet they rot ambition, erode respect, and keep a man small. While the fool speaks to fill silence, the Stoic speaks only to improve it. Today, we clean the engine. Did you hear about him? The first mark of a small mind is obsession with other people's lives. Gossip feels harmless. It even feels bonding. A group gathers, someone leans in, and the whisper begins. Did you hear what happened to him? Can you believe what she did? I knew that relationship wouldn't last. For a brief moment, the men involved feel connected, superior, entertained. But what is really happening? They're distracting themselves from their own stagnation. It is easier to analyze someone else's failure than confront your own laziness. It is easier to dissect someone else's scandal than build something meaningful in your own life. The Stoic understands something powerful. Every word you speak shapes your inner world. When you repeatedly speak about the flaws of others, your mind becomes trained to search for flaws in everyone and everything. There is a famous story about Socrates. A man rushed toward him eager to share gossip about a mutual acquaintance. Socrates stopped him and asked 3 questions. Is it true? Is it good? Is it useful? The man admitted it was none of those. Socrates refused to hear it. Why? Because wisdom is selective about what it allows into the mind. Gossip is mental junk food. It fills you temporarily, but leaves you weaker. Strong men discuss ideas. Average men discuss events. Weak men discuss people. If your conversations revolve around who failed, who cheated, who embarrassed themselves, you are a spectator, not a builder. The Stoic becomes a vault, not a trash can. What if everything goes wrong? The foolish man lives in imagined catastrophe. What if I lose my job? What if the market crashes? What if she leaves? What if I fail publicly? He creates a future disaster in vivid detail and then emotionally experiences it over and over again. Seneca warned that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Anxiety often has no external trigger. It is self-generated torment. Imagine walking through a dark forest and seeing a terrifying shape in the distance. Your pulse spikes. Your muscles tense. You freeze. Hours later, sunlight reveals it was only a tree stump. The fear was real. The danger was not. This is how the untrained mind operates. The Stoic does not ignore risk. He prepares intelligently, but he refuses to bleed for battles that have not begun. Worry feels like productivity. It feels like preparation. It is neither. It is wasted energy. If difficulty comes, you will face it with the tools you possess then, just as you have handled every difficulty before. You survived everything up to this point. Why assume the next obstacle will be your undoing? Do not mortgage today's peace to pay for tomorrow's uncertainty. I'll start tomorrow. This is the most polite form of self-betrayal. I'll start the gym tomorrow. I'll apologize tomorrow. I'll write the book tomorrow. I'll quit the habit tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes a fantasy land where discipline magically appears. But when tomorrow arrives, it is simply another today, and the cycle repeats. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that death is not distant. It is ongoing. Each passing second is irretrievable. Delay is seductive because it feels harmless. You are not saying never. You are saying later. But later is a graveyard of potential. Imagine a craftsman who owns the finest tools but refuses to begin carving. He waits for perfect lighting, perfect inspiration, perfect mood. Years pass. The marble remains untouched. The Stoic acts imperfectly rather than planning perfectly. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates discipline. Start before you feel ready. The man who waits for certainty will wait forever. He just got lucky. Envy disguises itself as logic. When another man succeeds, the foolish mind protects itself by diminishing the achievement. He had connections. He was in the right place. He got lucky by attributing success to chance. The envious man excuses his own inaction. If success is random, effort is unnecessary. But wisdom sees deeper. Opportunity meets preparation. Luck favors the disciplined. Imagine two farmers waiting for rain. One tills the soil daily, plants seeds, prepares irrigation. The other lounges under a tree praying for weather changes. When rain finally comes, one harvests abundance. The other harvests nothing. From a distance, it looks like luck. Up close, it is preparation. Instead of resenting another man's success, study it. Ask, what habits did he build? What sacrifices did he endure? What risks did he take? Envy shrinks you. Inspiration expands you. The Stoic competes only with his former self. I'll make him pay. Revenge is emotional slavery. When someone insults or wrongs you, the foolish mind replays the scene endlessly, imagining retaliation, crafting responses, planning humiliation. Meanwhile, the offender has moved on. Marcus Aurelius offered a brutal truth. The best revenge is to be unlike your enemy. If someone behaves dishonorably and you respond dishonorably, who truly lost? Holding a grudge is like gripping a burning coal intending to throw it. You burn first. The Stoic refuses to carry unnecessary emotional baggage. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is strategic freedom. When a dog barks, you do not bark back. You continue walking. Your indifference denies the offender's significance. Revenge keeps you chained to the past. Release keeps you moving forward. If I had more, I'd be happy. The modern world whispers constantly, more money, more followers, more status, more possessions. The foolish man believes fulfillment lies one purchase away. But desire expands faster than acquisition. Seneca, despite immense wealth, practiced voluntary discomfort to remind himself that happiness does not depend on luxury. Imagine pouring water into a bucket full of holes. No matter how much you add, it drains out. That is craving. The Stoic enjoys what he has without becoming owned by it. He understands that wealth can improve comfort, but it cannot cure insecurity. If your happiness depends on external objects, your stability is fragile. True abundance is independence from craving. Own things. Do not let things own you. That's just how I am. This phrase is the death of growth. I have a bad temper. I'm just lazy. I'm not disciplined. That's just who I am. The foolish man treats personality as permanent, fixed, unchangeable. But Stoicism is built on transformation. Heraclitus observed that no man steps into the same river twice, because neither the river nor the man is the same. Change is constant. To refuse growth is to resist nature itself. Imagine a tree. As long as it is flexible, it survives storms. When it becomes rigid and dry, it snaps. When you say, that's just how I am, you declare rigidity. You prioritize comfort over evolution. Character is not inherited, it is constructed. Every day, through repeated action, you shape yourself. You are not your past patterns. You are your present choices. Guarding the gate. Gossip, anxiety, delay, envy, revenge, greed, fixed identity. These are not dramatic villains. They are quiet habits, and habits repeated daily become destiny. To be stoic is to stand guard at the door of your mind, to filter language before it becomes identity, to ask before speaking, is this strengthening me or weakening me? The foolish man polishes his chains and calls them comfort. The wise man notices the chains and removes them. So ask yourself now, which of these phrases have you been repeating? And more importantly, who would you become if you stopped? Your words reveal your engine. Clean it, refine it, strengthen it, because the world does not need louder men. It needs disciplined ones. The choice, as always, is yours.